back to Let's Discuss. I'm here with Patric and Maya, and we're going to continue our conversation that we had last time with regard to the impact of not being aligned, particularly between the practice owner and the practice manager. But this time we're going to be focusing on what are some of the strategies that can be put in place to ensure that there is alignment. Patric, do you want to start with that?
Yeah, I very often hear from practice managers that for them it's so hard to even get into the book of the practice owner and get that meeting that they need so much, to get direction, to get alignment, to discuss the issues of the practice, or to even discuss the focus of the future of the practice, like business vision, strategies for the future. So one of the tips that I would like to share is to don't give up. Just really keep on to, I need to sit down with you. If it's weekly or fortnightly, it depends on the size of the practice, I guess. But have a straight agenda, really know what you're talking about. Come up with solutions when you go into the meeting so that you just don't come up with all the problems, because no one likes that really. So have a clear agenda, talk about business issues, talk about the vision and the strategy of the future, but also nail it down. And maybe it's just 1 hour every week or fortnight.
I quite like that strategy of that regular, consistent get-together with the practice owner and the practice manager. It's a little bit like, I don't know if you have this in your practice, but when you have a dentist working with a dental assistant and they've been working for quite some time together, it's almost they think totally alike. When the dentist is about to reach out for an instrument, it happens to be there because the assistant already knows what the dentist is thinking, which is the sort of way we'd love the practice owner and practice managers to be working together. And the only way they're going to get that is if they do meet regularly. It won't be just...
It'll come more naturally.
Absolutely.
At that point, much more naturally, because it will be a natural continuation to talk coming out of that sort of relationship. It's much easier then to actually be aligned. It's not putting a front on, it's just you've had those conversations on an ongoing basis. A lot of people say that their dentists say they don't have, or practice owners say they don't actually have the time for those meetings. And I would say they don't have the time not to have those meetings, because to my mind it actually saves time. It saves those quick grabs in the corridor that you actually need to find someone at a particular time, and they're never where you want them to be for those quick answers. So to put all of that into that meeting that's not violated, it is time set aside. Sometimes it's as short as half an hour a week, to be honest.
It sounds like you almost talk about investing in the relationship, investing in the alignment. To be able to get something out of the bank, you need to put something into the bank first, and that's maybe one of the ways of doing that.
And it allows the consistency that comes off the back, and I think that makes it much less confusing, as we were saying, for the rest of the team, and much easier for everyone to know exactly what's happening going forward.
But there are times, though, you may not have the answers and you're not quite sure, gee, what would the practice owner say in that situation? And what I would suggest as a tip around there is hold off on answering at that stage. You'll say, I'll get back to you on that one. However, that's not always going to work, because if it needs an answer right there in the moment, I think because you have met regularly, you have got the confidence to put yourself out a little bit, answer the question, knowing that the practice owner has your back. That even if it might not have been 100% on point, they've got your back in being able to do that.
Absolutely, and I think it's even the other way around. How about if that same respect came from the practice owner, and if they were asked a question, they would actually defer as well.
Absolutely.
Just let me get back to you, and let me check with Josephine.
And I think that creates like a cohesive team that really enjoys working together as well. Because as you said, last time we spoke about the mum and dad syndrome, bad cop, good cop, etc. If that doesn't happen, but you're actually all aligned, it creates a more cohesive team as well, which is exactly what you want to be as a self-managed team.
So what are you doing that really assists you in your practice to be aligned? Love to hear it. Let us know, and we'll look forward to seeing you in the next session.